it was tiring, it was frustrating. So with the help of my mom's support, she would withdraw her money, her salary, and give to me and tell me, okay, what are the things that are remaining? What and what do you need? And then I'll tell her, I need to print this, I need to do that, I need to do that. And then she will give me some money. With her support and all of that, we were able to manage it till the end. Sheila was there in the first season. He actually anchored the first season. And after the event, he asked for my account number and sent in some money. I've never seen a comedian or an artist that does that. Were supposed to be paying him, but the reverse was the case. So it was so beautiful. And then Signature Initiative was part of it, though they didn't start with us from beginning. They came in some few weeks to the grand finale, but they were able to put in their support and all of that. And then 2015 came by. A lot of people thought, after the whole stress, I wasn't going to think about doing it. But because of the love and passion I have for it, so I went to meet the team leader, Olaima Opara, team leader Signature Initiatives, and then I told him, I'm here again, I want to do Face of Ajegunle. And the first thing he told me was that they're not going to come on board except I make it an institution. And I was confused a bit, like, an institution, do you want us to build a school? Do you want us to build a university? I don't get. Can you shed more light? So he just tip, and I just followed. And then Signature Initiative that manages Face of Ajegunle now had to rebrand the whole structures and systems of what we do with Face of Ajegunle. So they started by changing the logo. They started by creating the faculty system. That's what we call the faculty, where the girls come every weekend for their trainings, because we train them on a whole lot of skills. So it wasn't like the first season where we just had a show. It now became an institution that trains young girls to become better, to become useful in the community. So they learn leadership and attitude trainings. Signature Initiative had to employ the facilitators that handles all of those classes, the weekend classes and all. They learn leadership and attitude. They learn dress ethics and poise, how to dress, how to carry themselves. They learn makeup. They learn Ankara bags and accessories. They learn event decoration. They learn speech and phonetics. They learn grammar. They learn a whole lot. It's not about what you get as a prize, like when you become the crown face. It's about what you learn through the process of becoming better, of becoming a better you outside. So after the whole contest and all, when we finally crowned winner, at least everybody gets something, like everybody gets a handwork that can be useful for them. And we've got a whole lot of testimonies. Like in 2015, one of the contestants who contested, they learned Ankara bags and accessories that period. The parents were divorced and the mother traveled back to Bayelsa, the dad went his way and all of that. She was just left with her and her younger siblings. They were about to throw them out of the house, but it was the Ankara bag she learned in Face of Ajegunle that she was making and selling, and then she was able to pay her house rent. And currently the crown Face of Ajegunle 2017 now makes beautiful clothes. She actually made her dinner dress she wore on the grand finale of 2018. She got that training through Face of Ajegunle in 2017 through one of our friends, who is a designer, C-Signature. So she trained her for 6 months for free. A training that would have cost her about 120,000 naira. She learned that skill for free because she was the crown Face of Ajegunle. And today she makes a whole lot of nice wares, nice clothes, and she makes money for herself and for her family. And then we do a lot of community projects. So we've done Feed a Beggar projects. This year, 2018, we visited the prisoners, a female prison in 2016. Those are part of the pet projects the girls had to do. We visit the motherless baby home because we want to teach them how to give back to the community, not just learning and making money. How do you now give back to the community too that has trained you, that has built you over the years? So they do a whole lot of pet projects too. They feed the beggars, they clean the environments, they do a whole lot of stuff. Okay, about the negative impression, the negative notion about Ajegule, it has been there from onset. It has been there from time. When we wanted to start Face of Ajegule, it wasn't easy. At the point, someone was asking me, why do you want to do Face of Ajegule? Why Ajegule? Are you not tired of that place? Can't you leave that place? And when I was in school, I remember people always asking me where I stay in Lagos, and I'm so quick to tell them Ajegule. And some of my friends that forms will be like, Lucy, you know they form. If they ask you where you stay, don't tell them Ajegule. Tell them you stay Surulere and all of. And I'll be like, I cannot deny where I stay. I was born and brought up in Ajegule. The name Ajegule really affected what we were doing at a time. Like, people didn't really want to attach to the project, or because they believe Ajegule is known for notorious acts and all of that. So what we're doing with Face of Ajegule is trying to change the narrative, making people believe that great things could come out of Ajegule. We've been doing this for 5 good years, and it's been awesome. It's been tremendous. Like, people are now interested to want to associate with what we are doing. People want to know, oh, how can I be of support? How can I be of help? How can I do this? How can I do that? What we do is trying to bring out the girls from the streets also. There are a whole lot of stuff happening in Ajegule, but then we're trying to see how we can change their mindset. Sometimes we take them out of the Ajegule community, we camp them somewhere, and then we bring in people to talk to them, to change their mentality, to teach them one or two things and the like. So I think with the little we're doing, we'll get there someday. The first thing people tell me when they first heard that I left the world of economics to do this is like, why you know, people have the idea of that modeling is somewhat, I don't know how to say it, like prostituting, or I don't know, people have this notion that when you say you're a model, they just see you as a prostitute. So especially my dad wasn't really in support. He was, every day my dad would tell me, you are in this way, you are disgracing my family. But today he's the one being like, when you call him to talk to him and ask him about what his daughter is doing, he's so excited to even tell it to the world that, oh yeah, she's doing good and I'm proud of her, because he has seen it over the years that what we're doing is just trying to help these girls out of the streets, to build them up and the likes. Yeah, so it wasn't easy convincing people, but yeah, most times people think they're just selling these girls and all of that. But what we're doing is trying to build a decent pageant. What we do is a decent pageant. They don't wear bikini. They don't expose themselves anyhow. They don't wear nude clothes and all of that. We don't do bikini. We don't do swimsuits. It's just decency. We preach and teach decency. It's a community development project that has, over time, built and trained a lot of girls, over 5,000 girls since we started. So if you train one girl, you're training 10 girls. You train 10 girls, you're training 100 girls. You train 100 girls, you're training 1,000 girls. We're building the community. We're helping the community grow with the skills we're impacting in them. So with time, they're going to be transforming their world in their own little way. Okay, my source of motivation is seeing these girls get better every day. When I wake up in the morning and I don't feel like doing anything, and then the thought of, oh, if you don't do anything or take a step today, there may be one girl out there that is going the wrong way that you need to talk to, that you need to change, that you need to impact in. And then I just get up and say, okay, I have to do this because of the love I have for the community, because of the passion I have for the community. That's why I keep keeping. The major challenges is finance. And finance basically, but right now we've started gaining influence, like people want to come on board, companies, individuals. organizations wants to come on board. I think Olaima Opara, the lead person at Signature Initiatives that manages Face of Ajegule, will always say we should build this product, that we shouldn't sort for any sponsorship, that we should build it to an extent that people and brands will start sorting after us. How we got to this point where people started sorting after us. I remember Olaima Opara of I Am Signature, the lead person at Signature Initiative. He will always tell me, and we don't have to sort after people. Let's build this system to the extent where people and organizations will sort out for us, will start sorting after us. And then over the years, I think we've built it to an extent where people don't just have a choice than to just sort after us. Like, what you people are doing is tremendous, is wonderful. Please, I like to be part of it. I want to partner with you. They've seen all we've been doing over the years. They've seen pictures, they've seen videos, they've seen testimonies, they've seen true life testimonies, and they've seen these girls grow from nothing to something, from worse to becoming better, and from worse to becoming good. So I think that's how we've built it over the years, that is making people and companies want to be a part of us.
What's important about how Lucy goes about what she's doing is the energy and the passion to which she shows love to these girls. She's been putting too much effort improving girls in Ajegule. She has become a new model, a new standard, a new emulation mechanism or measurement for how the Ajegule girls should be.
Would I take another 9-to-5 job? No, it's a big no for me. No. This is not your regular 9-to-5. This is my life. My name is Ogechi Lucy Akedu, Project Director, Face of Ajegule, lead model, Olusi Brand.
And still on the show, we move to our next stop to meet Kemi Lewis. Guess what is in the park today? She is a lawyer, but left the wig and gown to become a hairstylist, and not just the general hairstyling, but natural hairstylist. Shall we meet her?
My name is Kemi Lewis. I am the creative director of KLS Natural Beauty Bar, and as I like to tell everybody, I am a lawyer turned natural hairstylist. I studied law, got called to the bar in January 2001. I have been, 17 years at the bar now. That's scary to actually say out loud, but yes. I worked in a property consultancy and a law firm for a couple of years, then went to the UK to get my master's in international business transactions, and I came back and I worked in a company called Lagos Channel Management. I worked as their company secretary for about 5 years. Everybody thought I was crazy, truthfully, and not just that, because I had said natural hair, and then they were like, okay, sorry, not only are you going to open a salon, it's not even going to be a regular salon, you're just going to be focusing on natural hair. And people didn't get it, because they thought, okay, clearly you are on the path to just fail. Everybody thought I was mad. Everybody thought I had lost my mind. Everybody thought I was going through a crisis. Everybody thought I was going through something. My mom thought surely my daughter has something is going on. My village people are after me. They want to do. How can she say she's leaving law to become a hairdresser? But deep in my heart, I knew I was on the right path. I had a conviction that even I didn't understand and I couldn't really put words to, but I just knew that what I had decided to do was the right thing to do, so I stuck to my guns. I was fascinated by the whole, natural hair, the natural curls, how our hair can have different textures and volume. And I used to experiment with different ingredients, different products, and make stuff myself. I moved back and I needed to start something. I needed to start a business. I knew I wanted to start my own business. I just wasn't sure what it was I wanted to start. During a brainstorm session with a really good friend of mine, and she said, you've always known how to do hair, you've gone natural, why don't you just start a natural hair salon? And that was how the seed was planted. So once it was planted, there was no stopping me. The next thing was, okay, where are we going to have the location? I would get in my car and I'll just drive around looking for empty spaces until I came upon this empty shop one day. I was like, oh yay, this is it. When I realized that this was happening, this being the business, I then decided that, I was going to be deliberate and intentional and start to get actual skills that I needed. So I had this lady this American lady that was in a salon somewhere on VI, and I called her up and said, I met her at a show somewhere, and we came to an agreement where I would go to her house and she would just show me stuff, show me the different things that, I could do in terms of twists, flat twists, just styling. She just, put me through a few things, and of course there was YouTube, and there were all sorts of online things that I could look at and learn from. And then I would go to trade shows and just watch stylists work. Getting staff to buy into the vision. I remember I had two staff to start with, a guy and a lady. And the guy, he did not understand what I was about. He thought he was another person that thought I was crazy, basically. And I was always, Auntie, let's just relax here now. You mean we won't do relaxer? You mean we won't do Vivon? You mean we won't do this? And because, it's a new business. Not only is it a new business, it's a new business in an emerging or in brand new industry, a new market. And so it was slow to begin. So what he would do is he would literally go outside when, there were no customers or anything. He would go outside and literally stand, tapping his foot and looking around, and just making me even more nervous. So, trying to get people to buy into the vision that, look, yes, natural hair may sound strange to you, but it's something that, is something. It will become something. So just be patient and let's do this together. He didn't last with me more than 3 weeks. That's really Sacrifices, so many, a lot of sacrifices, a lot of nights where I could have been out having fun and letting my hair down, but I was grinding and grinding. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, where most people are chilling, going to the beach, going to a party. There was always work was calling me. Plenty moments where I wanted to quit. It's one thing being a business owner. It's another thing being a business owner in Nigeria. Nigeria can be such a jungle in a lot of respects. You're doing your water, you're doing your generator, you're buying your diesel, you're taking care of your waste. Then on top of that, you have human capital issues that you're dealing with. And then you have, all these agencies that are coming after you to get this and get that. So it can be a bit daunting. Fantastic moments. I remember getting a call to style Chimamanda for UK Vogue. That was a fantastic moment, that for sure. And then I remember actually seeing the Vogue edition and seeing my name in print in UK Vogue, Hair by Kemi Lewis of Careless Naturals. I was like, I was like a banshee. I literally was screaming and jumping around my living room. Ooh, proudest business achievements. I would say definitely starting from almost nothing and building up to where we are today, where we have 2 locations, more than 20 staff. We have structures. I can afford to take a holiday. Any weird hair things that I do? I've used potato water before, to try and stimulate growth. So I've done onions and garlic infusion in the oil and all sorts of things. So, but this is back in the day when I had plenty time on my hands. Some of the strangest questions I've been asked about hair. If I wash my relaxed hair with Omo, will it turn to natural hair? If I wash my relaxed hair with beer, will it turn to natural hair? If I pour stouts into my relaxed hair, will it turn to natural hair? If I mix Omo and some beer and pour it into my hair, will it turn to natural hair? And the answer has always been no, 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 and most definitely no. None of that is going to happen. The industry is quite responsive and it's very encouraging. We now have a lot of trichologists. So when you have a dermatologist who's a skin doctor, a trichologist is a hair doctor, somebody who will diagnose and help treat any hair or scalp ailments that you may have. Relaxers. I wouldn't say they're a work of the devil. They were just something that I think people thought was the easy way out. Some people say, my hair is so tough and it's the only way I can handle my hair. And I say it is because you haven't been able to put that time and effort to try and understand your hair and know how to handle your hair in its natural state. I'd love to get my hands into Mona Lisa's hair. I'd love to work some magic there, just do something, just create. It's been a long journey. We're still on it, trying to get people to have that work ethic and drive and focus and discipline to do what they're supposed to do, regardless of what industry they find themselves. I think it's just really about being smart about what your plans and achievements are. Most people don't really have a plan. Most people are not deliberate and intentional about what it is they want to do with their passion. It's just, I have this passion, therefore I have this passion. Oh, I'm so good at doing this, I'm good at doing that. Okay, so be smart about it, draw up a plan, be conscientious, just have something that you're going to do and goals and just put yourself to it and it will work. I'm Kemi Lewis. This is not your 9 to 5, but this is my life.
Even the first time he said, if necessary, I will disobey the instructions of the court in the name of this, of security or whatever. This is totally unacceptable. What should I do? My marching days are over, but I back any movement dedicated to genuine, positive and progressive change. Why is any government getting nervous about a revolution now? There's just too much garbage news out there. This nation, there's something drastically wrong when people's identities goes on all around, fabricated all the time. So we're in a mess.
Moghalu Kingsley was disappointed. He said if more of us took the time to show up, then it would be harder to rig the elections.
You're quite right about the disappointment. I was very disappointed. Of course, we knew none of them stood a chance. But we've got to make a start. But the youth must come together.
Premiering on Monday, 4th November, with a repeat broadcast on Wednesday at 12:30 and 8:30 p.m. respectively.
When the insurgents attacked his village, they decided to go away with him. His friend called Baale climbed the fence, jumped down, took his friend John Daniel, and threw him across the fence.
They went to my bread bakery and meet my child there and slaughter him.
For me, 2 of my younger ones were burnt alive in the house.
At that time, if I'm in my period, I would just look for a rag or shade like this to use it because I cannot see pad, I cannot see anything. Some other period that I pass through, even pants, I don't have it in that bush.
This food you're seeing is for 50 children. You can't find meat, you can't find fish inside.
Premieres Sunday 9:30 p.m. with a repeat on Tuesday 9:30 p.m. and Thursday 11:30 a.m. Many thanks for joining us on News on the Hour on Plus TV Africa. Here are the stories making the headlines, and I am Amaka Okoye. President Muhammadu Buhari on Saturday departed Makkah via Abdulaziz International Airport, Jeddah, for United Kingdom after he successfully performed the Lesser Hajj. The president left Makkah for Jeddah at about 1:30 p.m. local time, while his presidential aircraft took off for London at exactly 3:05 p.m. The departure was, after all, the airport protocol led by Mayor of Jeddah, Almir bin Abdallah bin Jalawi. President Buhari had attended three-day future investment initiative in Riyadh from October the 29th to October the 31st. While in Riyadh, the president on Wednesday held bilateral talks with King Salman in Riyadh, during which both leaders committed to deeper partnership, especially in the areas of oil and gas, for the development of both countries. The governors and other members of the entourage departed Jeddah for Abuja, as President Buhari only traveled with very few of his aides to London. The Nigerian Army has urged Nigerians to disregard the publication in circulation on social media on the purported Operation Positive Identification, OPI. The acting director, Army Public Relations, Colonel Sagir Musa, said that the Nigerian Army had no relationship with the so-called BRICS company and its illusionary OPI. He said the Army authorities does not issue press statement through any company, adding that its Operation Positive Identification had no such abbreviation as OPI. He recalled that in order to complement the ongoing operation in the Northeast, the Army had an ongoing Operation Positive Identification, which is intelligence-driven, deliberate and targeted operation. It is not an independent operation, but an integral and complementary to Operation Lapia Dole in the Northeast. He added that the aim of the operation is to arrest all those terrorists fleeing the war zone. The acting director enjoined Nigerians to cooperate with the Army and other security agencies by giving credible information that would assist in the identification and eventual arrest of the fleeing criminals and terrorists. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Army says troops in the Northeast have cleared more improvised explosive devices planted by fleeing Boko Haram terrorists on some routes in Borno and Yobe states. The Nigerian Army Operation Media Coordinator, Colonel Aminu Iliasu, in a statement on Saturday in Abuja, said the troops of 27 Task Force Brigade Garrison and Explosive Ordnance Devices team safely detonated 3 large IEDs on the Buni-Gari Kamuya Road, linking Borno and Yobe states. He said that the troops of Operation Lapia Dole also raided a Boko Haram camp at Keronoya, Mate local government area of Borno. He said that one of the bandits was killed in the shootout, while others were believed to have escaped with gunshot wounds. In a related development, troops of 3 brigades deployed at Falgore in Kano State conducted a successful operation that led to the arrest of one of the most wanted kidnappers within the area, Umaru Abubakar Kadua, operating along the Kano-Kaduna highway. Now, the Zamfara State House of Assembly has suspended Shinkapi local government chairman Sani Galadi from office over alleged diversion of 23 million support fund for armed banditry victims in the area. In a statement issued by the Public Relations Officer of the House, Mustapha Jafaru Kaura, on Saturday in Gusau, the chairman was suspended for 3 months. The support fund was provided by the immediate past administration in the state. The council explained that the chairman was suspended at the Assembly's plenary presided over by the Speaker, Nasiru Migaria, on Friday. The decision followed an interim report submitted by the Chairman House Committee on Public Petitions, Yusuf Kanoma, representing PDP, Maru North, alleging that Sani Galadi diverted money meant to support victims of armed banditry attacks. The All Progressive Congress has accused the PDP of planning to create confusion in Kogi State ahead of the November 16 governorship election. The APC made the accusation in a statement on Friday by the Chairman, Publicity Committee of the Bello Onoja Governorship Campaign Council, Kingsley Fanwo. Governor Yahaya Bello of the APC is seeking a second term in office. Edward Onoja is his running mate. The PDP had claimed that the ruling APC, in collaboration with the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, was planning to manipulate the electoral process. The publicity chairman said the statement by the National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, Kola Ologbondiyon, accusing both the APC and INEC of planning to manipulate the November 16 poll, has further confirmed the APC's earlier position that the PDP is only interested in creating confusion ahead of the election. He advised the PDP to concentrate on marketing their candidate Musa Wada instead of making allegations. He Away from that story now, the Nigerian Police Force says it will deploy about 66,241 police personnel for both the Bayelsa and Kogi State's governorship elections. The Inspector General of Police Mohammed Adamu made this known during a quarterly interagency consultative meeting on election security in Abuja. The IG said that with the lessons learned during the 2019 polls, the force is ready to improve on its lapses to ensure adequate security during and after the elections.
In Bayelsa State, we are deploying about 31,041 personnel to cover the election. In Kogi State, we are deploying about 35,200 personnel to cover the election. These personnel are to cover every terrain in the two states. No doubt will be allowed to be brought from any other adjoining state to these states to disrupt elections. And the personnel we are deploying, every polling unit, the personnel we send will be attached by names and then telephone numbers, so that if you call polling unit A, we'll be able to know the names of the personnel we send to those polling units to provide security, and we have their phone number that we can easily have contact with. Vote buying, as usual, will not be tolerated. Anybody seen close to any polling unit trying to buy votes will be promptly arrested and will be prosecuted.
Nigerians expect that by now we have learned enough lessons from previous elections to ensure a swift security response to the increasing desperation by political actors to disrupt elections and subvert the will of the electorate. If that happens, many Nigerians will blame the electoral umpire and the security agencies. We must continue to rise to this challenge. On our part, INEC is committed to the integrity of the process. We have been reassured by the security agencies that election day activities at polling units and collection centers will not be disrupted by the activities of hoodlums. Neither will thugs be allowed to cut away election results or compel our returning officers to make declarations under duress. We are equally confident that with the sheer number of personnel the security agencies are deploying in the two states, there can be no excuse for the processes to be undermined by anti-democratic elements.
Meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, on Saturday pledged that the police would be professional and neutral in their conduct of the November 16 governorship elections in Kogi and Bayelsa states. The IGP stated this in Lafia at an event held in his honor by the Lafia Progressive Forum. He said that the police would draw from its experiences from the 2019 general elections to ensure free, fair, and credible elections in the two states. According to him, the police force will give the Independent National Electoral Commission the necessary support to ensure that a level playing field is provided for all political parties. He also said that the police, under his leadership, would continue to do everything possible to combat criminality in all parts of the country. The IGP further expressed gratitude to the people of Lafia for honoring him and promised not to disappoint them. Now, artisans in Edo State are calling for the intervention of the Oba of Benin to put an end to alleged high-handedness and infringement of human rights by millionaire transporter and chief executive of the Bob Izua Motors, who happens to be a palace chief. One of the artisans in the center of the controversy, Osaro Owome, is also crying to the Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki to intervene in the issue, saying he has been illegally arrested by the police under the orders of the chief over a business tent SAR